Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to upgrade the hard drive to an SSD on this 17-inch MacBook Pro. This is a 2011 model A1297. Alright, so we're going to use a PH0 or JAS0 screwdriver and remove all the screws from the bottom. You want to keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. The way I do that is I put them flat side down, like this, on my desk in the pattern I remove them. Okay, so we have this rectangular shape. We're just going to put them like that. If you're wondering, the screws towards the back here are longer than the rest. I think if it's like the other models, it's just these three. Yeah, so just these three are longer than the rest, and then the rest in this L shape are about the same. Well, I guess there's also this piece, so I guess J shape. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all these screws out. If this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, let's go ahead and get the rest of these screws out. And we're just going to pop this cover off. Okay, just go back here, grab that, and lift it up. Alright, somehow these clips weren't really holding. They just came out. Okay, so you have the hard drive here. I'll actually go over more of what I see inside here. So we have this giant battery. This battery connects from here. Let me actually zoom in. Oh, why'd my camera randomly freeze? Okay, I guess my viewfinder thing is frozen, so I'm going to have to look from up here. Okay, battery connector is right there. You can get underneath, and you can actually pop the battery connector out like that. Okay, so basically under here, I just use my fingernails, get under there. Okay, here's 2 sticks of RAM. So it pops out like this. I don't know why my camera viewfinder thing shut off, but that's going to be annoying. All right, anyways, here's the RAM. Hopefully you guys can see PC3 10600S. Okay, so that's the type of RAM you want. Should be able to use any PC3 10600S. Doesn't have to be designed for Mac. Alright, as long as it's PC3 10600S, you should be okay. Alright, anyways, we're going to put it back. It goes in at an angle. Okay, can be a little bit tricky. Come on, there we go. And then you just click that down. I don't know why my viewfinder stopped. I should probably actually fix that, and then I'll be back. Alright, so get that in, and then click that down. Alright, let me fix this real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. So we already did the RAM. Okay, I'm not going to really take out everything else, but I'll just kind of point out what's in here. There's the speaker here. You zoom out. Okay, this kind of connector you have to get underneath and pop this piece out. If you want to see how to do that, you can watch my other videos. I believe this is, yeah, there's the optical drive connector. Same thing, has one of those pop-up connectors that just pops up like that. But yeah, I'm not going to be popping out all these things. You got the connector here. This is actually for the wireless card. Okay, you got the wireless antennas all connected in there. You got the fan here, fan connector, another fan connector, LCD, LVDS connector. If you're going to mess with this, make sure you disconnect the battery, open up the MacBook, and press and hold the power button for 15 seconds before you mess with this. This has a little metal latch that you kind of like flip up, and then after that you can pull the connector out. Alright, anyways, let's go on to do what we were here to do in the first place. And that's replacing the hard drive with an SSD. I don't have enough room in my desk to put it all the way centered, but anyways, let's go ahead and remove the 2 screws here. Okay, that one and this one. Alright, now we can go ahead and kind of wiggle and pull this up. It was kind of stuck. This usually shouldn't be stuck together like that. This rubber piece is supposed to be separate. Okay, I'm going to have to put that back in. Anyways, we're going to take this piece out now. So I like to use one finger to hold the hard drive here and then use my thumb to kind of pull this and then work my way down just like that, and then continue. There we go, because you don't want to damage this cable here. Alright, we're going to put this rubber piece back in. The thicker side, or the wider, slightly wider side, faces outwards. Okay, and we're just going to get that back in. It's been sitting in there so long, I guess the rubber seized up. Alright, next thing we're going to do, we're going to transfer over these screw bolts, or whatever you want to call them. I believe they are T6. Let's go ahead and try that. Yeah, they are T6 or Torx 6 screws. Okay, so we're going to remove all 4 of those, and we're just going to transfer that over. Also, to install the OS, beforehand, you do want to create a Time Machine backup. Either that, or you'd have to install the OS to an external drive, so that way you can boot from that external, and then install the OS to the new one. Alright, anyways, we got those 4 out. We're also going to transfer over this plastic strip if we can. So just grab that and carefully kind of peel it. I kind of like to pull it like this. Alright, the adhesive is so old I don't know if it will be reusable, but we'll find out. Actually, it is kind of still sticky, so I think we should be okay. Right, then I just line up the edge with the edge of the SSD and stick it down just like that. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to get all these screws in. Okay. Oop. Kind of want to center this a bit more. There we go. Alright, and we're just going to get these 4 screws back in. It's so hard to aim this. There we go. For me, I already have a bootable Mac OS, so I'm basically just going to install it externally. Okay. There we go. Now that we got those feet in, we're going to go ahead and put this connector on, so just line it back up. And then I like to hold the connector and push the hard drive. Alright, there we go. Then we're going to go at an angle, get these 2 feet in first, then drop that in, drop this on top. Okay, and then we'll just tighten, oops, make sure to switch back over to the PH0 or JS0 screwdriver, and we'll tighten this in place. Alright, after doing this, you do want to do a PRAM and SMC reset. Okay, I'm going to set the hard drive aside. Okay, actually put it in this box. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to just go ahead and put the bottom cover back on. So let's zoom out. Alright, let's get this as, okay, thumbnail, I guess. Alright, so we're going to get this bottom cover. We'll put this back on. Very simple, straightforward. And then we're just going to put all the screws back in. Alright. And this model, the latest OS it supports is actually High Sierra. So you can't put any OS newer than that. Keep that in mind. If you were planning to put like a later OS, it's not going to work. Alright. I don't know if there's any workarounds for doing that, but if you do, there will be a lot of incompatibilities. So keep that in mind. Okay, but yeah. Next I'm going to show how you can kind of do the OS install. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you had a Time Machine backup, you just hold the Option key and you can boot from the Time Machine backup. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Yeah, alright, let's go ahead and go on over to installing the OS on here. We'll flip this thing over, open this up, I'm going to power it up. First thing I'm going to do is the SMC reset. Okay, so we plug this in. It should go to orange if the battery's not fully charged. I guess it might be fully charged. Okay, so anyways, if it is, Control Option Shift on the left, and then the power button. Normally, if it's not fully charged, it'll go from orange to green and then back to orange. Okay, now we're going to do a PRAM reset, so power it up, and then Command Option P and R, hold those buttons down. The screen should shut back off after it turns on. There you go. That's how you know you did it properly. I'm going to keep holding the Option key. And I'm going to select my external boot USB. So let me keep holding this. Also, the PRAM reset, if your volume was low, it actually resets it to the max. That's another way to know that it worked properly. Okay, I don't know why it's showing an EFI boot hard drive, because that hard drive's like just completely blank with nothing. But let's see. All right, so we're gonna plug in this external drive that I installed High Sierra onto, and hopefully it will let me boot it. If not, actually I could probably just do the recovery. So there's actually a recovery option here, so I'm actually going to load that and see if I can just install directly from there. Alright, if it doesn't work, I'm probably going to have to boot into the actual OS from my hard drive, and then I'm going to have to do the OS install from there. So this is a pretty straightforward process. You wait for this to boot up. After that, I go to the disk utility, format the drive, and then go exit out and go back to install the OS. It looks like this is going to take a while, so I guess I'll pause this and I'll be back when it pops up. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so after some time, it formed this bar, but it's still going, so we're going to keep waiting, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, the screen just randomly brightened up. Usually that's a sign of it almost being done. So we'll give it a bit and we'll see. Yep, okay, you see the bar kind of reset itself. I don't know, it's okay. Now it's going. So let's see. Hopefully it should be about ready. Okay. There we go. Select English, of course, because I don't know the other ones. Or I don't want to make it harder for me with other language that I don't speak fluently. Okay, it's doing its thing. All right, we're going to disk utility. I know I can't, it's hard to show this, disk utility. All right, so here we see the internal disk. Why is it showing like a 557 gigs used? That's weird. Okay, excuse me, we're gonna go in here. Guess we'll erase it. Why is it an NTFS whatever thing? Okay, this is not right. Cancel that. I'm gonna go to view up here. Okay, show all devices. There we go. Now we can see the entire drive. I'm gonna click erase. And then what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do, I guess we can do macOS extended journaled, right? GUID partition map, and we're just gonna call it Macintosh SSD. All right, erase that. Done. Okay, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna close this. It is probably gonna need Wi-Fi, so let me turn on the Wi-Fi. Okay, then we're gonna install the Mac OS. And hopefully it will go through just fine. Sometimes the recovery doesn't work right if it doesn't detect the date and time properly. If the battery was not set properly. Anyways, we'll click continue and see what happens. If you get an error, you most likely have to boot into the OS using an external boot, fix the date and time, and then you can do this kind of recovery thing. Right? Anyways, it looks like it's working, so we'll agree, Macintosh SSD, of course, install, and then we'll just let this run. Okay, so we'll let this run, and then it's pretty much done. So once it finishes this install process, it'll go through asking you to create your user account and all of that, and that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices. Yeah, and if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps, allows me to continue making these videos for a living. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Let's drop this. Bye. Oh, because High Sierra does like a firmware update, the computer shuts off for a little while. It makes a beep sound, and then it starts doing this. So don't panic if your computer shuts off and beeps. You don't want to force shut off the computer. If you do that, then you're going to basically brick your computer, and the BIOS firmware on your motherboard is going to be screwed up. So just let it do its thing. Be patient. If anything, just walk away if it's going to make you panic or anything, and let it do its thing. And once it starts asking you for your like what language, your username and password, then you can go ahead and start messing with it. But yeah, let it do its thing. Don't panic. It's going to take a while. It will restart on its own. But yeah. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye. Oh yeah, then it goes to this installing screen. So it's normal. It takes a long time. Give it time, and you should have your computer up and running in a bit. Usually anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, depending on the speed of your drive and things like that. But yeah, that's it. Bye.